Hi, welcome to Slice of Heaven, episode 10. My name is Pixelphilia, or Pixie.
Oh.
Loopie is...
Loopie's broken! You alright there, sweetie?
I figured I wasn't needed anymore. I've been replaced.
Alright. That's staying in the podcast. That's staying in the podcast. We put in the bloopers at the end of the reel.
To Slice of Heaven episode 10. We've made it.
Yeah, we need
double
bloopers.
Digits. And here we have Pixelphilia, who has been here since the start, would you know?
Yes, you wouldn't
She's
realize
been helping
it,
us.
But
when we've had like 3 angles, there's been
us.
a secret little bunny behind the couch. And it's been Pixie.
The
she's
camera
been here from
bunny.
the beginning.
Camera bunny.
So yeah, a little celebration. We dragged her on. Totally not because we're unorganized. And yeah, we're here in Final Fantasy World because I forced Pixie to play it.
I see a problem.
I don't know,
What is the problem?
What's the problem?
My Halo is too small.
Oh my god. Heartwood size doesn't matter.
It is just...
The Angel Academy will not judge
You know,
you.
I normally agree with you, but when it comes to an Archangel and their Halo, it does matter. Okay? Anyway,
You're
continue.
on HRT.
Sorry, Pixie. Hi.
That's why it's happening. Halo
What?
shrinkage is part of the transition process, right?
Shut up.
And it's getting colder
can we
as
cut?
well. It's
Can we
okay
cut?
for
Can we-
different-
yeah,
We're
let's
not
cut,
cutting.
let's
We're
cut.
not
here.
cutting.
We need makeup.
I need a bigger Halo stat. I need to
Rachel, get the
pack my
Halo sorted. Rachel in costumes.
Snap,
This should have
over
been
here.
scheduled. Why aren't we on this?
What do
Come
they
on,
taste
people.
like? What do Angel Halos taste like? Cheese?
Halo champagne bubbles. No, not cheese.
Champagne
Dude, see,
bubbles?
there's
I can
they
get
taste
drunk
like
off your
champagne
Halo.
bubbles. You can. What do you think? Why do you think they're all
God.
fizzy and bubbly? Yeah, gosh. Except the ones that are like spiky. Then they're like it's like a ninja star. You're supposed to take it off and like slay demons with it. But
like follow your
the
stuff,
kids-
Heartwood. You can't be like influencing them with your alcohol Halo.
well, we're not recording right now, right? This is just all off.
Oh yeah,
Camera.
this isn't totally
Right?
That's
Right?
why there's a bunch of cameras in
Right?
front of us.
What?
Yeah.
Right?
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shoot! All right,
Anyway,
this
hi,
all
this is
gets cut.
Pixie.
Every last bit of it.
This is not getting cut.
Hi, Pixie. What? Oh no!
Hi, Pixie.
I've had way too much sugar for this. Hi, Pixie.
Hi.
Pixie
Oh my
was
God,
nervous.
hi.
You were nervous about this. You were like, I don't know what to say. It's literally like just us chatting in VR
It's
chat.
a podcast.
Yeah.
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 It's just a
Yeah.
normal day in VR chat podcastery. So Pixie, tell me, what's it been like working behind the scenes at Slice of Heaven, recording from behind
Why
the
is
beanbags
it dragging so-
and under the. Good Lord, Loopie,
sorry,
girl,
sorry,
get your shit
sorry,
together.
Sorry.
It's been interesting. I mean, realistic answer. Like, I'm a film student. I'm going to college. I'm like working on that kind of stuff. So it's cool taking stuff that I'm learning directly in school and applying it to applications like this, where I know the camera shots. I know like the ins and outs of it. So it's cool.
I'll be real, like VR chat, if you're trying to learn films and stuff, it's ideal because I know there's not as much like camera functionality, but I know you have VRC lens. But people like actual filmmakers have done really cool stuff in VR chat, and like the tracking and stuff is getting better to allow for like dolly modifications and different usage of like combat sequences and stuff. So yeah, even just like utilizing rule of thirds and depth of field and stuff, it's been awesome for me and Pixie, and I really appreciate her helping me out because filming solo can be hard on here. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like not having 40,000 pounds of camera equipment and being able to just throw open VR chat and have a go. Making some creative stuff. Cameras are
The advantage of having so many sets out there as well.
Yeah, you
It's
can
just-
literally
it's
just
literally-
go wherever you want and be whoever you want to an extent. If there's an
I
avatar for
do.
it.
If there was one thing I would change about it, I wish I wish I could change world lighting on the fly because
God,
lighting
yes.
is super important to filming.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Can I just like be very meta right now and talk about my difficulties of latency?
Sure.
I haven't talked about this on the podcast before, but it has been a nightmare. Even though these seem like a very basic video, which they are. I'm from the UK. These two are not. Usually our guests aren't from the UK. So when I speak for them, from their perspective on their cameras, it's going to come through at a later point than how I see it. Oh my god, my tracking sucks. This is fantastic.
It wouldn't be a podcast without Loopie's tracking going crazy.
Yes. So it's just like if you're trying to do multiple angles, which we do, and it's usually me doing one and then Heartwood doing another or the guest, we're going to be speaking at different times. So I'm so sorry in these episodes if I'm speaking or you see my lips moving at like a later speed or earlier speed. I don't know how to do it until VR chat implements or there's like a timecode system. I don't know how to fix latency. It's just, we live halfway across the world. That's how it's gonna be. I'm sorry for being British, everyone. I can't help it.
Stop being British.
I know, I'm trying.
You can't help it.
I'm
Just
trying.
un-British your
forgive
Welsh
you.
self.
Oh my
do
god,
forgive
hi
you.
guys, welcome to
There-
Slice of
There we
Heaven
go.
and
That's
Earth.
more like.
Where am I from?
Slice
Am I from
of
Cali or
heaven.
Florida? I really can't tell right now.
You're definitely
Which
Cali.
coast?
You're-
Cali.
no, that's-
Cali? Oh my god,
Yeah.
let's go. So Pixie, you've just been to Anime Weekend Atlanta, is that right?
Yes,
let's
I did
go.
go to a convention. That's true. I
many-
might
how many
have
people
a little bit of
went?
conflu.
Oh no! I hope you feel better.
We had a good amount. I mean, it's really big because of the idol community. We like straight up fly out idols from Japan.
The idol
Oh,
community.
wow.
So a lot of people
What,
like
like
internationally
VTubers?
will visit. No, just
No.
I mean
Japanese
yes,
idols,
and
like
no.
the bands,
Oh,
the singers, the
musicians,
bands, the
right.
performers, like idols, Japanese idols.
Yeah,
like it's-
I mean
it's
there
a
wow,
are
they
whole
actually
culture.
fly
VTubers
those
as well.
out?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They're people, Loopie.
Yeah.
Yes,
Not those. They're people.
we're
Well,
all people.
those as in the
Heartwood.
group.
I'm
I
real.
suppose. But yeah, it's pretty big because of that. My first time going to it was 2013. That was also the first time I got like pony merch because that was like peak pony time. I guess we could talk about that too, because Heart, you were in ponies. You were into
Heartwood is a
ponies at one point,
massive
right?
brony. Heartwood just cannot get enough of those horses.
Oh, you know it. I could tell you every single episode
yeah,
that
what's
there was
your-
a horse in it.
What's your favorite G5 pony?
Like a G6?
They
Wait,
saw
what's a G5?
They saw the G5 movie with me, and I will.
What's G5?
Remember the
Oh,
MLP
Gen 5,
movie?
right? Is that what
yeah,
that means?
we watched the 3D
Yeah,
one.
Generation
Heart.
Okay,
Five,
the Netflix one?
Yeah.
The Netflix one. That was
Yeah.
new, the new Netflix? Okay,
Yeah.
no, I did watch that with iWolf and Loopie. I forget what the characters were, but one of them was adorable. Well, they were all kind of adorable. I'm trying to... I want to say it was the... Not the unicorn, not the Pegasus. It was I think it was the unicorn. She was kind of cool, right? I'm trying to remember. I actually have to rewatch this
Izzy is
movie.
incredible.
Pinkie Pie, you
Yeah.
mean?
So
Yeah.
I have to rewatch that movie, but it was really cute. I just know Rarity. Rarity's all I know.
Yeah. Heartwood loves white.
Yes, Rarity
White-
was my favorite.
Rarity's my Really? No, you're just joshing me. Nobody says that. I'm the only one who
Huh?
says that.
No,
Nobody ever says Rarity's their
genuinely,
favorite.
Wow.
genuinely.
Whoa.
Can you tell which pony
No,
is
seriously,
my
my mind is
favorite?
blown.
Can you tell? Can you?
Celeste.
Applejack.
Can you
That's why you have orange in your
Applejack.
hair.
and red.
Yeah, you got apple orange ear.
I'm a ginger.
Spike.
Not really. Spike.
No, that blows my mind. No, like okay, so I never had anything against My Little Pony. I only watched the first season. I don't really consider myself into the brony fandom at all, but I appreciate the art and the
Massive
community
brony.
and all the cool stuff I've seen. I've never been to DashCon. I never jumped in the ball pit.
DashCon is not an MLP con.
I never
that's
had.
I know, despite
That's
the
Wait,
name.
wasn't-
TumblrCon.
Oh, I thought that was
in
Rainbow
Dashboard.
Dash Con. Was it?
No, it was in Dashboard.
No.
Tumblr Dashboard.
Oh,
They could-
I thought
not
that...
Rainbow
Yeah.
Dash Con.
Okay, well,
I
look,
wish it
I'm
was.
stupid. Okay, I thought it was Rainbow Dash Con. Okay, so so hold on. Wait, I
BronyCon.
never made BronyCon. Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
heard that one was a success. That's why I was like making fun of
It
Dash Con.
was.
All right, so Loopie, I never made Brony videos for YouTube. You know, I never made
Yeah.
Brony content. I
Yeah,
never
that's
made Brony
crazy.
content. How'd that go for you? Yeah, how'd that go for you? Ned,
For me,
you a
I
job with
wouldn't
me,
know.
didn't it?
I never,
That's right.
I never did that in my life.
What? You never made the highly successful video Discord PMV
No, I didn't.
typography
Look at her,
with
she's dying. She's dying right now. Yay, Pixie! High five. You got her. Don't leave me hanging. There we go. High five.
Oh,
Oh, this is great.
don't drag me through the
So tell us
past.
more about this. Oh, it was too late, sweetie. So tell us more about this convention that you went to. What did you do there?
I've
like,
never been
besides
to an
the
anime
idols.
convention. I guess I've been to a small local one, but I wonder,
It's
like,
pretty fun.
on the scale of like how big they are. Are they closer to Comic Con? Like in terms of
So
attendees?
I'll put it this way,
or-
because I worked on the staff, right? And I got to see a few sides of it. I was on the panel team, so doing events and like carrying the walkie-talkies, making sure panelists get everything they need.
Yeah.
Before the con, we had over 400 panels submitted.
God.
Yeah,
Jeez.
it was
That's a
insane.
lot.
Like I was showing you, it was
Yeah.
insane.
Hmm.
I myself had to attend 12, I want to say, over the course of the convention. We were always short-staffed. We always had panels that no one could like monitor or help with. It was insane, like at capacity, and that's part of the reason why we're moving venues.
Yeah.
Because we just every year just hit max capacity, no matter how much space we expand into. Which is unfortunate because we've been at that venue for 20 years now.
Holy cow.
Would it still be in Atlanta? It wouldn't be able to be called
Oh yeah, it's still
Anime Weekend.
yeah.
Atlanta.
It's moving to the same place MomoCon and FWA is held.
Yeah. Is MomoCon an anime
uh,
convention? I'm so uncultured apart from pony stuff. I'm just like, oh god. furry
MomoCon is
conventions
more
are
like
everywhere.
our Comic Con. It's more like a
Right.
general,
Right.
kind of like
okay.
Dragon Con is also a general one.
Dragon Con.
Dragon Con's
I
a
haven't heard
huge
Dragon Con.
Atlanta con. Dragon Con's
Yeah.
huge, isn't it? Like I remember people talk in Atlanta talking about it all the time. They're like, Dragon Con takes up all
It's
of
massive.
Atlanta. The whole city just goes into
Never-
Dragon Con lockdown.
Never get a walk-in ticket at Dragon Con. You're gonna be there for 4 hours.
Oh my god. The queues at conventions.
Do they have
are
dragons?
just something people don't really talk about. The queuing and elevators.
It really,
Just
honestly, just my advice to anyone wanting to go to conventions more often: just be involved. Honestly,
Shower.
like I volunteered
Practice
this year. I that
Yeah,
too,
please wash your wrists
especially that
and-
too.
please.
But like, try panels, try to get in contact with people, help them out. Like, even if you're not actively doing something yourself, like for a few years, my friends would do panels, or they would be staff or something like that, and I would just like be the person that carries all their stuff. I still got benefits from that.
I've
it
loved my time on
helps
panels.
to genuinely just help give back to the convention.
If you can get on one, it's a lot of fun. If you have the nerves. But even just like coming up to some friends' panels
Yeah.
too and being like, yeah, being the little hype woman, I've enjoyed that.
I mean,
It's just
To
it can
that
be
point,
very overwhelming.
in this one knows.
Mm.
How many monsters did I have to down to get through that experience?
You hadn't drunk a single monster until like 2 weeks ago. And then you were like, Loopie, I've drank about 14. I'm like,
Oh no, it was
That's a
like
lot.
8. It was like 8 or something.
Still, I hope you spaced that out.
I thought I was bad. They did not.
See, they were enabling me in my defense. because they were handing them out for free to anyone that passed by at the convention. They were just in the venue handing them out like waters.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So like when I went to EDC Las Vegas, like you needed the energy to get around the music festival. Yeah. Like you had to. Like I was spending money on Red Bull. I never touch Red Bull. Nothing against Red Bull. I just never buy them. But they're all over the place at EDC. And then what was it? Maybe it might have been FWA. I remember buying a lot of Monsters just so I could stay awake and have the energy to walk around Atlanta to the Peachtree and back, and this and that and the other thing. So like, yeah, energy drinks seem to be vital for conventions and big events like that. But still, especially if they're free.
Like I could not stop moving.
Free's really good. Yeah, you must have been like Energizer Bunny, literally.
Yeah.
How many conventions have you been to, Heart? Like, you never really talked about it much.
So I've been to FWA like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
No, I like compared to most furries, I'm actually pretty weak sauce on conventions. I've been to FWA at least 3 or 4 times, maybe more. I don't remember. I've been to Further Confusion, which is in San Jose, California. I've been to that 1 time. I've been to.
I was so close to going that.
Yeah.
So close.
Oh, it was fun. So I've been to that one. I've been to FWA. I've been to Megaplex in Orlando most of the time. Let's see. I've been to. I went to a con that's no longer around. That was called Elliott Spring Gathering. That one I used to go to. Ooh. So like I've been to a handful. I haven't been to a lot of them. I haven't been to AnthroCon. Haven't been to MFF. Haven't been to BLFC. Haven't been to a good chunk of them. I missed out on all the Rainforests, but I heard things. I don't know. I've been to a lot of cons, but not as many as most people, and not as traveled as many. Furry conventions are a lot of fun, but
I say as a British person,
that's
going
where
to American conventions. But seriously,
I mean MFS specifically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna complain and say it's just they're really expensive, and I don't like equate the value. I can't do the typical furry thing, 16 furries to a bed or a room, and try to split it all up, and like drive or fly a coach. No, it's not even a pinky up kind of thing. It's just for my own comfort and sanity. I have to have my own room. I have to fly. There's a lot of logistics and stuff. So these conventions get really, really pricey really fast. And I don't really see the value other than meeting people I haven't seen in a lot of years. I'd rather spend less money and go visit them directly and sightsee in their towns and do things locally than I would go to conventions. So conventions still are fun, and there's a charm to them. There's the panels and the merchandise and all this other stuff, but the unique experiences, but it's just very expensive, so that deters me,
Yeah.
So to that point, because 2020 was a thing, I actually tried out a lot of the online conventions that were hosted. I had a lot of fun, and honestly, there's plenty that are still around. I would check out. I would try some out. A lot of the ones that I ran into, they'll have like recreations of the hotel or the con space within either VR chat or Minecraft or Roblox or something like that. They'll have like vendor hall days where they just post everything and then you go through the channels. It's really cool. It's especially for someone like me where it takes a lot of working up to get to that point socially where I want to be in that space.
Yeah.
Doing it online, you set the expectations yourself. You're like, I don't need to be anywhere other than somewhere where I'm comfortable. If I just want to attend like a Minecraft gathering, like I did that one year, I just went in Minecraft and I hung out and I did like little pixel art stuff. It's really fun. I would say just try and find community. Like if you want to look for con stuff, like con sort of environments, but you don't want to spend all that money or travel that way or get really nervous or whatever, I would just find a community. I mean, even just like joining the Discord for some of these conventions and talking it out for a few years before you actually go, you could meet some really cool people. And then that way you have an in before you actually go there, so that when you go there, you'll know plenty of people that go there.
Yeah. I mean, it's a means to an end, right? Of making friends and seeing friends, and a lot of people use it as an excuse to go to new states or new places. And me especially, I'm just like, I'm paying all this money to get overseas. Like, I want to justify it and see people and stuff. But you know, it helps.
I'm a justification. We're gonna meet because of this.
I'm the reason this person is traveling across the Atlantic. Hi, not to brag or anything.
I'm not the only reason.
In that angel's house. I slept in their bed. I ate their food. I drank their water from the fridge. Their fridge water takes so long to fill. You know, they're doing that water balloon challenge. They must be standing there for like an hour trying to fill that bottle. It takes so long. Oh
I do take quite a few. I sit like every morning. I sit there and I'm filling my water bottle up, and I'm just like checking my phone while it's going because it just takes so long. I don't even have to look at it. It takes forever.
I just like turn the tap and then the water comes out and I drink that.
Yeah, but
and then
tap water
people go crazy at me.
You're not
over here, it's
I don't trust the tap in.
You don't trust the tap in the United States.
Is it gonna turn you gay?
Never. You're going through New York at some point, right?
For like an hour. It's just a layover. Hi, I'm going to
Don't drink
MFF.
any of the tap water in New York.
Come say hi to me. All 2 people who are also going to MFF, who are sat next to me. But Heartwood isn't going. Actually, neither.
But at least I get to see you for a few days before you go.
At least I get
to live coming back
with
to my
you.
house.
Oh my god.
Yay!
No, but like coming to visit Heartwood.
And I'll convince you.
Was like the best holiday I've been on, and that wasn't a convention. That was just me going there and just like enjoying the local food and going in like little car trips and even just going like shopping. It was so nice. It was so nice.
And that's what I like. I'm like, I would rather do that than go to conventions. No hate on conventions. Conventions are amazing. They're wonderful, but like honestly, like there's nothing more wonderful and memorable than going to somebody's home and staying with them and getting to be taken around town and treated to all kinds of cool experiences you wouldn't get as a tourist. And you know, you're not confined in a stinky hotel with stinky con attendees who don't know how to bathe and keep eating Taco Bell and farting in the reg line, and you want to suffocate and die. You know, I love conventions too. I do. I really do. They're fun, but
not as much as me. I love them more.
You can't get those kind of.
I'm a pro.
I'm sure you do. I literally don't care. I don't care that much.
Don't care.
But I'm just saying,
Loopie.
like
anyway.
I'm just trying to. I was just reiterating that, like, going to visit friends, like on a more intimate setting of going to their house, staying with them, going to see friends, and check out the localities, the town, and do the tourist thing in the area. Like, that's more fun to me. Those create more lasting and wonderful memories. You just said it yourself. Your best trip so far was coming to see me.
But like, I still think it's like the Monster Energy rush and adrenaline of a convention has its own value. Because the amount of people the amount that you experience, going around the vendor hall and seeing all these cool artists, it's so exciting and fun.
We're comparing apples to oranges, of course. You know, like you can get a convention experience at somebody's home unless like it's a really weird house and maybe it's
virality.
You might want to be careful,
and we are grateful for it.
Thank God for virality. Yes, but
I was gonna
our
say
poor guest has been bombarded from both sides. I'm arguing with Heartwood over.
I'm filled with Starbucks sugar. Why did Taco? I said I had Starbucks.
No, your main convention complaint was Taco Bell farts.
No. Oh yeah, Taco. Yeah, no. That's not even the worst of it. That was just one lovely experience that got seared into my brain. Unfortunately.
Oh, honey.
Dude. Just sitting
in
red line. This dude just tooting away. Go ahead.
Atlanta's not a great place for it, but there are better cities. Public transportation. Like literally the only this last convention I went to, we had to park and drive everywhere because public transportation is not great. Like we would have to get MARTA, but MARTA is way too expensive to just go back to the hotel. Buses don't really run at those hours. Shuttles cut off at like 2 p.m. or something.
Yeah.
So it just kind of sucks. And there's been a lot of like Baltimore. I remember BronyCon.
Mm-hmm.
They had the e-scooters, which was really nice.
You haven't tried those.
Or the e-bikes. It's really nice because like you're not going so far that you would actually want to call an Uber and spend like $10 or something. You just put in a couple quarters into the e-scooter and scoot along. You're fine.
It's like any big city, though.
There's certain cities like
there's risks to any city in certain qualities, shall we say, of them. Like I got told multiple times how not to get stabbed in Baltimore. I was like, okay, I'll try not to die.
I mean, I got assaulted in Atlanta twice.
You got assaulted?
Like twice. That's another reason I'm not particularly fond of Atlanta.
Oh,
like I did not have very good. I've been accosted numerous times, but I've been assaulted twice in Atlanta, and I don't just approached with ill intent and had an uncomfortable experience. At least to my understanding, I could be. Please don't pull out the Webster dictionary and just like say Heartwood.
I just don't know what accosted meant.
Like,
I'm a dumb bunny.
I think that's what I think that it means. Like when somebody puts you in an uncomfortable situation. You know, they show up, they're demanding, they want your attention, they you know, like anything from panhandling could be accosting, you know, but assault. I've been assaulted twice in Atlanta, and I did not like it either time, as one might imagine. You know, certain cities have their little charms, and some have their problems, and you know, you can't judge a whole city based on like, you know, one or two bad apples or all of the bad apples, but still,
yeah, it's just people. You know, you're always gonna have bad ones, good ones, and
every city's got the good and the bad. Like I always tell people, like I went through France on a school tour, and I had an amazing time. Everybody in the every French person I met was amazing. The moment I stepped foot in Paris, it's all stereotypes, and it just reminded me of being in New York City. It's just big cities, whole different culture, like whole different culture. So you know, when you're in Atlanta, when you're in New York City, when you're in Baltimore, when you're in Pittsburgh, you know, you're gonna have different experiences. San Jose was actually nice. I liked San Jose. That was fun. FC was
I wish you had come down to Lawrenceville. That's where I'm from. It's like a smaller bit around Atlanta. I really like the areas surround.
Everyone show up to Lawrenceville right now. Go to Pixie's house.
We're all just gonna show up at Pixie's house.
Slice of Heaven.
Please.
Oh
no.
You got all the. We'll have a Slice of Heaven panel.
Yeah.
We're gonna have Pixie Film Student panel.
Pixie pins.
We're gonna have
Pixie
plushies.
Pixie
pins. Pixie pens.
Pixie commissions.
Ooh, I want a Pixie.
You want a Pixie fursuit? Pixie mersuit?
I want a Pixie fursuit. Whoa, no, that's too far.
What?
That's after hours.
Excuse me?
Pixie.
Oh my. We'll just go and steal Pixie if you know.
Poor bunny.
The guest of honor.
I don't know if I want to go down to Florida. I don't know if I want to go to Florida.
Don't worry, I'm trying to get out too. Get the hell out.
So there was a particular panel that I attended that speaks to something that's kind of close to my heart. It's about like disability, mental disorder, and like everything that goes along with that. And I thought we'd have a lot to talk about in regards to VR chat, because I feel like VR chat is a great outlet for people that have to deal with those types of things or just live with those types of things. I have a friend on here that is deaf and learns and teaches people sign language, and I think that's incredible. I myself am autistic, and I deal with things like depression. So yeah, open the floor for discussion on that, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, the accessibility of VR chat has always been really cool to me, and every time I meet a deaf or mute person, it amazes me like how creative they get with how they communicate and how they use like their body language to communicate a lot more, and how expressive they are. Even though they're not actually vocalizing, they can be some of the most expressive and like loving and kind people, and it made me really want to learn American Sign Language back in the day. And I didn't fully commit, but I had a friend who, you know, was communicating through that mainly, and the little text boxes, or they had stuff on their avatar that was showing what they wanted to write down. Just really cool things, and I was like, oh, I want to have like an avatar that allows for American Sign Language rather than these little stubs which don't really fully communicate it. And it's mostly like the anime humanoid ones that have that ability and better tracking than furry ones, but there are some with cool stuff, and I'm always fascinated by it.
I have met a furry that does it pretty well.
Yeah,
but yeah, I get what you're saying.
It does. There's a lot of furry avatars that have like more human-like hands nowadays than you know, the older ones. But yeah, it with the text box that's been like VR was under a lot of fire after all the EAC debacle, and one of the biggest driving factors was like, guys, your modding community was creating accessibility functionality you didn't have. And so that was early on one of the first things that VR chat, at least from my perspective or what I noticed, was they tackled accessibility functionality when the EAC debacle hit, and VR chat finally committed. They put their big boy pants on and said, hey, we're going to actually start really, really, really hyper focusing on improving our platform, which I'm grateful for, because a lot of the things I missed from mods are now implemented natively in the game. But like the chat box was really important.
Face
you know, face
my
mirror.
most used feature is the earmuffs.
Earmuff
that's my
mode.
most
used
just
a
feature.
very good comfort feature.
It's so nice. Yeah, I throw that on anytime I'm in a club.
I get overwhelmed
I've
all
even
the
used
time.
it when same. I'll be streaming, for example, and I sometimes I can hear my friends are just chatting, and it breaks up my thought pattern, and I start stumbling over my words, and I just go, I gotta boop boop quick mute.
Even
or
some of the
just,
safety features,
you know, put on
to like not show the avatars or you know, mute the voice of people who aren't on your friends list. In like extreme public instances, I've just been like, I'm knocking off everyone who's not my friend, because it's too much with some of the avatars people bring in.
But
I suppose another aspect is it's really nice to see a lot of world creators actually think about these types of things, because like recently iWolf did the Halloween party. We checked out a bunch of horror maps. They'll have disclaimers at the front saying, hey, this is kind of what's going to go on. There's flashing lights, there's loud noises.
Nice. Yeah.
It's nice to see those disclaimers at the front so that people can be like, okay, I'm not really into that.
I need to worry about epilepsy and
there's a lot of
flashing lights. And,
yeah,
these are
exactly.
important.
There's I feel like there's a lot of modern games like outside of VR that don't really do those types of things. It's always nice, like especially even just the inclusion of like a colorblind mode, which is very simple. It's just a palette swap. I don't know, things like that. It's very nice to see, and
it's the value of the community-driven
10 years, you probably wouldn't.
And that you can have those voices heard and come up to the forefront, and people can find like-minded people who might be deaf or mute or learning sign language, and you can kind of foster a community better than in other games, for sure.
And whether or not you need those accessibility features, like they're nice to have for everybody, like because a lot of people have social anxiety. They come into VR chat and they're uncomfortable with their voice, so they don't know when to interact with somebody. And while the text box can still be a little challenging, as I'm not always looking for them, so I do miss them from time to time. When I go, oh, it showed up behind my mirror, or it's behind me or something. But the fact that there's still a text box, there's still ways for people to communicate in the game really without
helps.
having to vocalize.
If
Makes
you
a big
have
difference.
those tracking options. But yeah, even saying yes or no, or being able to communicate through more than just text is very valuable.
Yeah. And as the technology continues to get better, now we have like native, eye tracking is now in the game.
Yeah.
So if you have a headset that has eye tracking, it'll now automatically, or at least from what I know, it'll, it works with your avatars by default. If you have it, you can turn it on and off. So like as technology continues to improve, the accessibility features, the functionality, the expressiveness get cheaper, and we have these options already. We already have these options being built into and baked into this game, and which is more than just a game. It's a social platform. It's a whole nother world, really.
How many hours do you have on VR chat? I'm on like 3,900 or something.
Let us know in the comment section below.
Yes.
Let's start a discussion, folks.
Heartwood must be over 5K. Did I get trusted before you?
No, you didn't.
Why were you mad that I got trusted? I'm sure there was some controversy about me getting trusted.
I don't remember being mad at you got trusted, but I have just shy of 9,000 hours.
Maybe
on
iWolf
chat.
I don't know.
It might have been iWolf.
Let me actually.
There was a race.
How do I check again?
Just go to your Steam library. It'll tell you right there. It says last time played, play at time hours. Like according to Steam VR, I have over 13,000 hours in Steam VR.
What?
And I have 9,000 hours in VR chat.
I mean, you use it.
I live in VR chat.
Being solo as well, right?
Everything.
Like you just like
movies
and stuff too.
Sometimes I just come in here I sometimes come into VR chat by myself with no intention to hang out with people, to world hop, to explore. I meditate. In VR chat, not too often, but I do it. I sometimes just want to listen to music in an atmospheric world. Yeah. Sometimes I want to decompress. Sometimes, like Loopie says, I watch movies and TV shows. I don't always come in here to spend time with people. Sometimes I'm in here just for my own self, to reflect on things internally in an environment that can help accentuate those feelings, those moods. Sometimes you just want to be in a rainy world. Sometimes you want to be in a snow-capped mountain. Sometimes you want to be cuddled up in blankets and next to a cozy fireplace. And that's part of the appeal and charm of VR chat, is that we have so much creativity from the community that almost anything, any vibe, any mood, any world, anything that we have or can experience or have seen in TV, books, and literature has somehow, some way been translated into this game in one form, fashion, or another. And that can be really powerful, and that can be really amazing. So I do come in here to be by myself sometimes. Not as often as, to be social and to spend time with folks, but I come in here by myself. I've spent days in here sometimes just...
I mean, we don't really have any other piece of media that's like this, where it literally just takes over your audio and visual senses. And it's not there completely yet, but when we get to the point that it's like noise-cancelling audio and full vision with no like black at the side or light leak, that's when it'll start to get a lot more immersive, I think. It's pretty immersive now, but like when... We've all seen the
TikToks of grandma like falling over because she couldn't, it's just it was too real.
Oh gosh, the motion sickness when I first started.
Oh yeah, I still get motion sickness. I still do. Like I still do. I was running. I do when I go into a world and I get ragdolled. Halloween yesterday.
If you get ragdolled in the world, it's the most. Or if your VR freezes and you turn your head and it doesn't turn with you, that is the most.
I hate that.
The one that gets me.
So bad.
There was one of the Halloween worlds we went to, one of the horror maps. It messed with. Can I swear?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. We'll just bleep it out if we have to.
iWolf's episode.
Bleeped.
Yeah. Right.
It messed up my FOV. Like it turned my FOV to like 120 or something, and I was like, I should not be able to see behind me. That is so weird.
Oh, that is
behind
weird.
you. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was like really wide FOV.
There is this one world that like literally sucks your viewpoint into the viewpoint of a static camera, like a security camera. but you still move your avatar around from the viewpoint of the camera, and it is so nauseating. Oh my goodness. But even just in VR chat, like you have to get your VR legs, if you will, and so everyone has a different level of comfort and tolerance. Some people can't, like me. I prefer to be stationary as much as possible. I can move around, play laser tag, run around, play Terrors of Nowhere, things like this, murder. But if I keep moving constantly, after about half hour, maybe 2 hours max, I'm just like, I'm starting to feel a little funky. Not a lot, just enough. I'm like, ooh. If I'm playing really fast-paced stuff like laser tag, I'll probably get pretty nauseous within 20-30 minutes. And then
it's the speed of it
or
too.
Games
a lot of worlds you just zoom through, especially the smaller avatar.
I properly started VR chat this year, like the start of the year. Like it was like January 4th or something.
Was it?
You got me into it?
Maybe.
This year alone, I have clocked 815 hours.
815. Does anyone actually play any other VR applications? Have we used our headsets for anything other than?
I do.
I should.
I do. I played Resident Evil 4 VR. I'm gonna get into VR. What is it? Beat Saber. I want to do that.
Oh, yeah. Moss was good. I enjoyed Moss. I want to play Moss 2.
Moss was good. I played a little bit of Moss, a little bit of Half-Life Alyx. I played VR boxing for workout stuff. I haven't really. I really haven't played a lot of. Yeah, there's a really. I never played that one. I have it, but I can never figure that game. It's so bad.
No one played.
There was a cool dungeon like tabletop game I keep hearing about that I never played, but it looked cool.
I will say one thing I genuinely love to do is play non-VR games in VR. Being able to throw it up on a theater screen and just like sit back with your controller is actually very nice.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm saying,
interesting.
It's blocking out the rest of. It's like watching a movie, right? Something that lets you kind of focus on that media thing. I don't do it much, but I can see the value in it for sure.
It's so,
I love
so
watching
cool, by the way,
and
being
TV
able to
here.
get like stand up physically and walk away from the screen and it still just be there. Because your mind like places it there, like in physical space. It's like it gives it reality.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen
if
videos
you have to navigate
of
through menus or
the Apple Vision thing and the Quest 3, just like the pass-through, the advancements in pass-through technology. And it's not quite there yet, but I would love to try it, to have like a screen that you can just conjure up into your real world, really. And then like the lighting reacts to it around it, and
I know that AR and VR coming together is going to be a big thing. We obviously seen some big improvements with the Quest 3. There's a company called, I want to say Varo, and they make the Arrow, and they like this is I think it's a Swedish company. It's Scandinavian, but they make one of the best headsets in the world over there. Now they originally primarily sold them for enterprise purposes. And I know, I think it was Thrillseeker. Yeah, it was Thrillseeker went out there to their headquarters to test out some of the stuff, and they took them into an experimental room. And it had a funny name. I really feel bad. I'm paraphrasing here, like in blanking. But one of the things that caught me off guard was when Thrillseeker basically was saying, "Hey, this room is designed to mess with your sense, your sense of reality. Like all the people in the room are fake, and stuff that's in the room is like you can physically touch it, and like it all looks so real. It looks so so realistic, and everything interacts so realistically. Some things are actually positioned in the room in real space to be one-to-one with the virtual world that you're looking in, and you literally feel like you got to pass through. So you're like, oh, there's a table here. Whoa! You just like go right through it.
Yeah.
Then you go, oh, well, there's a cushion over here, and you're like, oh, that's a real cushion. You can't tell. It's so surreal because it's a perfect blend of augmented reality and virtual reality. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited for what the future is going to hold, because we're just going to like Ready Player One and this shit. We're all going to be walking around with like VR headsets, and then snap into like the video game mode, or you know, you're gonna be playing games while you're on the subway. Like everyone's gonna look stupid as hell.
I'm just looking forward to reclaiming that feeling. Like when I first started VR, that feeling of whoa, whoa, and like wanting to reach out and touch things. And like if I'm out of VR for a few weeks, it comes back the next time I put the headset on, or if I'm in a photorealistic world or a world that's designed particularly well, it comes back. But I do take it for granted somewhat with how the avatars are and some of the animations and some of the worlds aren't fully optimized. But yeah, I'd love that feeling back. I do get it when I play other VR games too.
Go back to desktop mode for like a little while, a couple of days. Just play VR chat in desktop mode, and then put the headset back on after like playing desktop mode for a little while. Suddenly having that outside perspective, and you're now one-to-one perspective of your models, the world. Yeah. Everything looks so big and so intense and so realistic and unique. It's just it's very surreal. I too am looking forward to like better technology. Obviously, eye and face tracking, better finger tracking, hand tracking. I'm looking forward towards either better haptics. Although honestly, I'd rather have full dive. If I had a preference, I'd rather full dive. Just go ahead and shove a big matrix spike in the back of my head and back me into the matrix. But regardless of whether we go haptics and just better gear, or we have more neurological sensory technology, like it's exciting to see what's happening and where we're going to go from there, because it's all still so surreal. Like I never in a million years would have expected myself to be so immersed into VR and so into this tech and into this world and make so many amazing friends and people I love and care about, and I'll even find career in here, and just I love everybody and everything, and this has connected me to so many people from around the world in ways that I haven't been able to do in real life. We get kind of stuck in our locality of okay, well, this is my town, I got my friends in my town, I got my friends from high school, got my friends from college, got my coworkers from the office downtown. Everybody's local. But in here, everybody's global, We got Welsh bunnies. We got bunnies up north from me.
Some
got
of us
from
aren't
Saudi
American.
Arabia. You got Korea.
You wouldn't believe it.
I know.
But we are, right?
What the heck? It's so weird. I didn't think, I thought Australia was fake, even though I was born there. Birds aren't real. 5G cell towers. I mean, just this,
Americans be like,
it's really wild.
It's really... They've gone to a different state. They've never left the U.S.
Hey, most of our states are bigger than your whole world.
You say that. You were like, oh, I went down to London. I got I got a dog, and it was 4 hours.
London. I went to Burford.
Whatever.
It's near Oxford. Oxford University.
I don't know. All these.
That's like saying I went from That's like saying I went from Orlando, Florida to Tampa, Florida. We're like, okay, that's a 4-hour drive.
You travel 1 hour across the UK. The name for food has changed. The accent has changed. The people have changed. Everything has changed.
What is it like living in a world that squishy?
Go to the Isle of Man. It's like an even more ultra condensed version. It's like a PS1 game. Like the draw distance just stops. You're like, oh, that's the edge. Okay.
I went over there. 1 hour to get into Atlanta from the edge of Atlanta.
I went to
I can't even get
to. Not even leaving the city.
I want to take you. I want to take you up the mountain on Isle of Man. It's like a hill. It's just a slightly elevated patch of land. They're just like, the Great Mountain.
Wow, we really we scaled the Great Mountain. It was like,
we did it.
We did it.
I can see where we parked from here.
Literally, you can see the whole island.
I mean, when I was in California, I was surrounded by the Sierra Nevada mountains. There was mountains in 360 degrees around me practically. I moved to Florida. There's nothing. It's just sky, streetlights, and buildings. Sky, streetlights, buildings. There's no trees. I guess some palm trees. You know what's the fun? Just tangent before we wrap up in a little bit is just the funniest thing is when people from another country fly in to Florida and I pick you guys up at the airport. You're all just staring at everything A lot of Walgreens.
I went nuts. Walgreens just blew my mind. No, I was speaking to
Walgreens
Pixie
that are
about
huge.
this.
Small
Like,
one.
the bold black font that just says doctor. I'm like, whoa, it's a doctor's place. Like, there's no fancy logo or anything. It's just like doctor, pharmacy, haircut. I'm like, yep, that's what that is. That's a
I
beige
love the
building.
roadside drugstore that just says drugs.
Drugstore.
Mhm.
I
Big
honestly
black
think
bold
you can
text,
buy drugs
drugs.
there. I honestly think you can.
We need to show Loopie the was it a liquor barn?
Liquor barn. I wouldn't.
I
even
don't
be
have one down
surprised.
here. There's.
Do you know what
We
I'm
don't
talking
have it
about though?
I do know what you're talking about because they had something like that in California. Beverage Castle, I think, is still the other version of it.
Beverage Castle.
Right? Is it the drive? You're talking Beverage Castle. So are you talking about like it's a drive-through liquor store? Yeah, okay.
It's
I
a
knew you were talking about.
drive-through liquor store.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
Because
Makes
Americans,
complete
we don't want to
sense.
leave our car. I'll never forget, like, doing one of my very first jobs. I was, like, folding up little newspaper leaflet things with coupons and throwing them onto people's yards, like, newspapers. And I went down one street, and this lady was in an SUV walking her dog from her car. She had her arm out the window. She's walking her little tiny freaking purse-sized dog from this massive SUV. And I was like, well, that's America for you.
I went out to walk, which was a mistake because it's Florida and it's boiling me alive.
Oh, you
But
don't-
also, where do I go?
What were you thinking?
It's all
Yeah, there's
road.
nowhere to go.
It's like I'm about to
You
get
gotta
run
get in
over.
the car.
Where to
You gotta
go?
get in your
No,
car.
I
have
don't
to
want to
That's
get.
it.
Another reason I want to get the hell out of here, like this, you can't just walk anywhere. Like we have a gazebo in our neighborhood, cool. If you really, really want to walk far, you can go to the
I
Wawa
had to catch Pokemon.
or the
Yeah, Wawa was my most.
yeah. I
exciting
mean,
trip.
okay. What did you not go to the gym at the gazebo?
Has
Gazebo.
Loopie been to Bucky's?
Gazebo?
Have you been to Bucky's?
Of course, I've been to Bucky's. I bought a quarter pound of chocolate
Okay.
in Daytona Beach Bucky's.
You had some beaver nuggets.
A quarter pound of
Beaver
chocolate
nuggets.
at Daytona Beach,
Beaver nuggets.
and I left it in Echo's car. Do you understand?
No, you did you really?
Yeah.
Oh my lord!
No, but then I brought
Is
it
it
back
still
to
there?
yours. I put
I
it
go
in the
skip-
fridge,
Oh,
and
okay.
your fridge is freezing,
Okay.
so it like made frozen
Yeah.
melted chocolate, which almost broke my teeth off.
Mhm.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I just wanted
Nothing
some
but
nice
chocolate.
chocolate.
No,
with
so
this
what you
one.
need to do is after you flash freeze the melted chocolate, you
Yeah.
put it in the microwave for a few seconds.
I'm not microwaving
Or
chocolate.
just-
I'm not.
Or you
I'm
just
not-
put the chocolate in your mouth. Let the mouth do all the work. Nom, nom, nom.
Yeah, let your
Just don't
teeth
bite down.
try and. I had to bite it. How else do you consume it? It's a whole block. It's a
You
cinder
let them-
block of chocolate. I ate that whole
Cinder
thing.
block. Okay, well if it's
Yes.
that big, All right, so
Yeah.
we've hit an hour of recording. Shall we wrap
I
up?
blame
Anything
Pixie.
else we need
It's
to say?
Pixie's fault that we have
I blame
intriguing
Pixie.
topics
This is
and
Pixie.
good conversation.
This has been one of the more all over the places, but it's been a lot of fun.
It's
This has
been
been
all over
super
the place.
super fun, Pixie.
Thank you for tuning in, everyone.
I am trying to think. I mean, we could wrap.
I
but
try to think sometimes.
I was also trying to
It
think
doesn't
like
end well.
what kind of like stuff could I show Loopie that she hasn't already
Your
seen
boobs.
from like Florida? Because we're like
Oh, from Florida? Heartwood soups.
All right, that's a wrap, folks.
That's a wrap. All right. Thank you guys
Everyone
for
in the
joining us for
comments,
Slice
show
of
me your
Heaven,
boobs.
episode 10. No, do not listen to this one. If you do not
Open
do that,
parentheses, period, space, period, close parentheses.
ugh.
What? Parentheses space period.
Ask.
Why
It's
is
the
there a-
parentheses boobs, you know?
Oh,
Parentheses boobs. You're spelling. You're doing text boobs.
8008
Oh, yeah, I just didn't include the-
135 or
It
513.
It didn't include the cleavage. I forgot the
8008.
cleavage.
You gotta have the cleavage.
We
You
always
need to have
forget the
two.
cleavage on Slice of Heaven. It's a common issue here. I'm sorry, guys. Next time we'll have
It
cleavage.
is.
next time.
And apparently,
Heartwood's gonna whip them out.
No. I am flat-chested,
All right.
and I will remain flat-chested. Thank you very much. Get out of here.
All
right.
we'll be naked next time, guys. Subscribe.
All right, folks. Check out the Patreon and subscribe to get all the updates on the
Daily
on the
notifications.
podcast and what
Breaking news.
check out
Loopie
the
made a
TikTok.
short.
Don't forget to like,
Yeah.
subscribe, and tickle that notification bell. Just give a little tickle.
don't,
Just a little tickle.
Don't
Tick, tickle,
caress
tickle.
it like that. Don't ask for
Just a
consent
little
before
tickle,
you
little
touch that notification button.
My notification bell is open to all. You may tickle
Your
the notification bell.
bell.
Yeah.
Everyone, tell us
Subscribe.
in the comments what's your favorite. Oh God. What's your favorite disability?
What? Ow! Tell us your favorite chocolate.
What's your favorite
Tell us
convention?
tell us where you
Who's your favorite pixie?
Yeah, convention. Tell us-
What's your favorite pixie merch?
Yeah, who's your favorite pixie? This is your favorite pixie.
What's your
Which
favorite
pixie do you
Atlanta
like the
fact?
most? Do you
Talk to us about
Where's
Atlanta.
where's my cigar? You said
Loop-
I would have a cigar.
Pixie, stop doing the booth every time we do a podcast. No smoking.
need it.
No smoking on Slice of Heaven. No.
That's how my dad died.
Good night, folks.
Night, folks.
Night.
All right, I'm ending.
That
Bye.
was dark.
I'm
You
gonna
get-
stop recording.
I'm really gonna end that on you talking about your dad dying?
Yep.
What the fuck?